Hello, hello. Ooh, I'm very loud in here. Hi, guys. You guys are listening to Girl Talk with me, Tia. And also, I have a super duper special guest, and her name is...
Hi, guys. I'm Liyana Hanif.
Hi! I'm so excited. You guys are just tuning in. You guys are listening to Girl Talk with me, Tia and Liyana, and we'll be live from 2 to 4 p.m. So if you guys missed it as well, we are talking about, her journey as a creative and also, imposter syndrome and basically self-talk and like how we can basically overcome it and become better. Yes.
Yeah.
So this question is actually, no, let's go for the, the super basic ones. And so we can get people familiarized with everyone. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm really bad at this. Well, my name is Liyana. I am a graphic designer, art director. I do a little bit of content creation as well on social media. And I've been in the industry, marketing and advertising for about 8 years.
Wow.
And it's been growing from like graphic design to brand strategy and a lot of that. So it's been a fun, interesting journey because I got to do a variation of work. But we'll get into more of that later, I guess.
Yes. Even someone actually asked simple facts about you. I guess it's like this little speed session.
Simple facts. Okay. One, well, I'm a graphic designer now, but I actually didn't want to be a graphic designer.
Okay.
So,
what did you want to be? That was actually one of the like additional questions I was going to ask. Yeah.
I wanted to be a fine artist, actually. So I was a
China painting.
Yeah.
Oh, she was a painter. She's some Van Gogh. Yes. Van Gogh is a painter, right?
Only because it was the only subject I was good at school. So I was bad at math, science,
me too.
history,
me too.
Geography. It was like not for me. So art, I was like shining.
Yeah, good. Actually, it's so good that you like. I'm kind of the same where I literally sucked at math. Like if we do like mental math right now, I need my fingers. I need my calculator.
Yes, I'm the same.
Right? Like what is 3 times 9? Yeah.
We'll answer that at the end of the show.
I was like me using the trick.
Oh
like
yeah.
27. So
27
yeah,
to
7. Yeah, see what I mean? But yeah, I feel as if like if you're not let's say strong in math or strong in science, we tend to like gravitate towards like art or media, and I feel like that's so like I don't know, it does not really talked about a lot, especially in Brunei, because I feel like people are like, oh, art, or you know what I mean. But anyways, back to you.
Yeah, so
simple facts.
Yeah, like being an artist, like especially back like when I was about to graduate high school, I didn't know a lot of graphic designers or a lot of people who are doing design like on the computer. So I only knew like fine arts where it's traditional art prints. Like it was very different part of the art world, I guess, because there's the digital and then there's the traditional.
Yeah.
So I wasn't exposed to the digital part, so I did apply to university and see if I could become a digital artist because that was recommended by my dad. Yeah, so he's
I love
like,
your relationship with your dad, by the way.
I love him. He's the best. He's been like helping me throughout my whole career and my whole life. So.
I'm about to cry.
I know, stop.
Daddy's girl.
See, he's always been like supporting me in terms of like pursuing a career in art. So when I told him that I really wanted to study art in university, I wanted to do fine art, but he's like, let's try graphic design. And I was like, okay, I'll explore that. And yeah, alhamdulillah, I graduated and managed to come back to Brunei, and I was still not in love with graphic design only because I was into fine art. So being like from fine art to a graphic designer, it's like a big step of like
it's
different changes. So I had to like change the way I thought. Like I wasn't creating art for myself. I was creating art for other people, like clients and their audiences. So that was something that I was learning as I go. And I think that's why I didn't really like it at first, because I was catering for others' needs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one fact about me. I just didn't love graphic design until I started working, and now I'm super passionate about it.
She learned to love.
Yes, it takes time to love.
It does.
Yeah, another random fact that I can tell you is that I'm not a huge fan of fruits.
What? But I swear you love watermelons.
I only love watermelons.
What? Nothing like no other fruits? Well, to be honest, I only like, strawberries. And
yeah, just some fruits, but like fruits on cake, no. Fruits,
what?
Like fruit tart, I'm a chocolate girl. girl.
Okay, chocolate girls. Yeah, I love that. Oh my god, that's okay. Well, that's new even for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really random.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I mean, I also said literally last week a random fact about me. I love ice. Literally, it's
Oh.
popcorn
Like
to me.
you just eat ice.
Yeah,
Okay.
ice like it's in a bowl.
Oh.
Like I will eat it. Sometimes like
It's a very healthy snack.
yeah, it's so bad because I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm anemic. They were even like, I remember people would be like, oh my gosh, it sounds like you're munching like on nails, and I was like, ew, because I was just thinking of like toenails and like just nails. Well, anyways.
Okay, that's too vivid.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't. I need to unsee it right now. But anyways, so okay, thank you for your simple facts.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Someone's actually asking because since we kind of always know you as a designer, it would be so nice to kind of know you outside of that. So someone is asking you, do you struggle with public speaking because you seem so eloquent?
Oh gosh.
Elegante. Yeah.
You guys don't know, but I was actually like screaming in the background before this all started,
Like
from
physically
nerves.
choking.
Yeah. Like I think public speaking has always been a challenge for me, but it's something that I am learning the more I do it.
Yeah.
So I was never in the spotlight, being an art student, like
The
when-
theater kids, like,
Yeah.
being around there.
Yeah, like we're almost kind of forced to go into the spotlight because
Yeah, yeah.
to show work, you have to represent your work and talk about it. And especially a designer, you need the confidence to speak to clients
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. So growing that kind of confidence, like the creative confidence, takes time, in my opinion. That's why I do a lot of public speaking. That's why I'm
Yeah.
here today. It's because it's
I
all
love it.
practice.
Thank you so much for practicing with me.
Thank you for having me. But yeah, it's very nerve wracking. I don't know how I manage to just keep talking, but it just comes out. And I think I just have to make sure that I'm not paranoid about what I say. I just have
Yeah.
to be myself. Like,
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
there's really a, like, you can't really judge yourself so much. And
I agree.
I think we'll get more into that topic a bit later. But yeah, it's just, I don't know how I do it. I just go for it.
I love that. I love that. How do you practice to like, go with the flow? Because I know like, with public speaking, it is super nerve wracking. Like, how usually people are like, oh, just think of like everyone in the audience, like in their underwear. But I can't, you know what I mean? Like, how? I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, sometimes I'm just there like, I don't want to see you naked.
Yeah.
But like, what do you do to practice? Because maybe we can like learn from each other, a little knowledge swap, because it's hard.
Yeah, it is very different. I do talk a lot to my friends
my
about
gosh, yeah.
my work, and sometimes I don't know if anyone else does this, but like when I'm in my car driving home, sometimes I
Stop.
pretend I'm on a talk show or like I pretend like I'm in an interview, and I would just practice what I say.
Yeah. That actually works though.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It's like talking into a mirror. You know how like if you guys ever played The Sims, you know how you improve your charismatic skills.
Oh, I would
They would
be
talk
like,
in the
oh,
mirror.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's all about like looking at yourself and
Yeah.
and like just practicing what you would say and composing your sentences and
Yeah.
see where it goes. And I think just practicing that helps a lot. And
Yeah.
it's just the confidence of getting on stage and not shaking
Yeah.
and like not feeling paranoid. That's when you freak out. So I always have like bullet points of what to cover.
Yeah.
And I'll remember those and I'll try to like
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes when you speak, you can just go,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
and it's like 15 minutes later and you're not
Answering
at
the
topic
question.
yet. Yeah.
That's me. This reminds me of this girl actually on TikTok. She like would always pretend to like be on, let's say, like Ellen or on the red carpet and this and this and this. Like she would just pretend it like she just, like acts out all these scenarios. And like I think everyone always like related to that too. And now since she was practicing, in a sense, she was like practicing till she actually got there. So now she's like a proper, not a celeb, but she has like the blue tick on TikTok and she's like going on red
Wow.
carpets and like doing this and this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's like, a good example of like, fake it till you make it kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, fake it till you make it.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
kind of like my life motto right now.
Yeah. Okay. Me too. Sorry. Do you struggle with anything? And if so, how do you overcome them?
I guess I struggle. I think one of it was confidence.
Oh,
The
wow.
yeah.
Whenever we talk about confidence, it's such a delicate subject because
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel as an empath, I feel I cry when people cry. And like, I feel sad when people, I will tear up right now. So anyways, continue before I just go on.
Like as we mentioned just now, public speaking and confidence, like it's a challenge, but also like you need confidence when, especially as a graphic designer, like negotiation skills and persuasion skills, like all of those skills that require you as a really confident designer is that confidence to speak really well. I think one of the biggest challenges I had was moving from a designer role to a leader role.
Okay.
So that was probably like the peak where my career was like, oh my God, I'm nervous. Am I doing this right?
I'm a leader.
It's really like because I haven't thought of myself that way. Like someone who
I know what
who
you
leads.
mean.
I'm usually a follower. I've always thought of myself as a follower, as like.
But on Instagram, I follow you.
And I follow you.
So annoying.
But, it's just that thought of like, oh, I don't think people will listen to me. I don't think people will like
self-doubt.
Yeah, like you're always thinking that you're not good enough, or what you're saying is like the right things, or like some people might disagree. But I feel like that's part of like life in general. People are just gonna have a bit subjective opinions about work, about what you say. It's just getting over the fact that, you know, everyone has their own opinions.
Yeah.
You have to believe in your own and make sure that you guide it the right way. So
yeah, I think it's definitely just also being confident in what you think, because I feel like in today's society you can be like, you know, get bullied into, not really like physically bullied, but you know, sometimes you kind of bully your own mind into trying to follow like what other people think, because you know, if you're a people pleaser, it is probably the worst thing ever. Like you have to just suck it up and be like, you know what, put yourself like forward. But I don't know how I overcome mine actually. Just hearing you, I'm just like, I feel like we're more or less the same.
I feel like it's just something that over time.
Yeah, with time, definitely.
Like you cannot just be the most perfect leader overnight. Like it takes probably months of experience or guidance from another leader.
Yeah.
But there was just one particular moment that I think I've mentioned in like a couple of interviews that my best friend was one of the girls that actually supported me when I was going through like the biggest challenges. And one of the word that she always says to me is that, Liyana, you need to be assertive. And that was the word that I carried on for
assertive.
Being like confirmed.
I
like,
just saluted.
Just like being like secure and like just saying the right things, especially if you're guiding other designers or other creatives, and doing it in a way where you're not hurting them or like not
being like respectful. And
respectful, like, but also guiding them into being also a leader one day. So that's what I aspire to anyone who I work with, is that they get to be a leader and manage their own creative team one day. So that was my direction.
I love that. So this brings me to my next question. How do you both deal with bad self-talk, so negative self-talk? Thinking, itching my head, because it's still something I guess everyone is working on. Because we were also talking about, like, you know, you are your number one hater, and especially this kind of links up to one of the other questions that is design related. Like, does this kind of ruin the way you feel in terms of your design? So it was actually a scenario question. They said, does being a designer ruin the way you feel / think, i.e. your work is not the best, so you don't feel your best?
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I've been through that in the first few earlier stages of my career, where I just didn't really understand what I was doing. Maybe because I wasn't as passionate about it, or I didn't really fall into the career of graphic design naturally, because it was more like, I need to study, I want to graduate, I'm just gonna
work, get money. It's like that cycle.
Yeah, there's no love for the role yet. But I think when I start discovering, like, meeting other designers and like my mentors who actually guided me on like how my thought process would work, how to feel more confident when I'm talking, or just like the conversations that I have with a lot of different people kind of helped with the way I approached myself and my work. And I think a lot of the times it's the feedback from other people that
Yeah.
feeds your
Yeah.
negativity. So you're like, when people don't like your work or they are giving constructive criticism, I know it's constructive, but it still hurts sometimes.
Yeah. Just like, wait, I like that.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah. But then again, it's subjective, right?
Yeah.
Like those things are subjective. But I always tell myself to create work that I'm proud of.
Yeah, definitely.
So whenever I produce something, I know that it has to be my best work. If I'm not happy with it, I'm going to keep on working on it.
Yeah.
And
the perfectionist in you.
yes, I think that's also a flaw.
Yeah,
To be
no, I feel you. I've had this.
It's like almost like a bad but also good
Good
relationship.
trait.
Yeah, like it's something that you got to balance out and
Yeah.
figure out yourself. Like when is your limit or when not to push it. But it does matter with your work of how much effort and the outcome you want it to look like.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it's going to be part of your portfolio.
True.
So that's something that I deal with also every day. Like, how do I make sure this will look good? Because it's going to end up.
That's what people see.
And they know it's me behind it and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Do you ever
So-
get malu like, yeah, I did this?
all the time?
Really?
Yeah, like even like posting work on my social media, just like I designed this, guys. Please have a look at this time lapse. Like sometimes
The time lapse.
sometimes I still get nervous like showcasing it or like because obviously like I would think about the negative things like
Yeah,
people would
of
say
course,
like ew
yeah.
that's ugly or like ew why bother sharing this, but
Yeah.
because I've been doing it for so long, like I started sharing like a lot of my work like in my last few years. I think when I first started my career I was still sharing like the designs that I was producing. I just wanted to share it for my own self.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is my visual diary. I'm gonna keep this here for memories and to show people that here I am working, this is what I'm working on. But
Yeah.
it wasn't more about getting feedback from other people. It was just more about like
It's for you.
yeah, for me to keep track of the designs I've done or the stuff that I've been involved in. So I try not to overthink about what people might say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so much easier said than done. And
Yeah.
not saying that I relate in the sense where I showcase my work online, but just post, like just putting anything out there in general is so scary because you're like, boop. Like
Yeah.
not saying that you're in the spotlight, but you're just like, boop. And then you just like have all these like, you know, negative
My thoughts,
comments or
yeah.
like, and like sometimes like I read this thing where when we think that is technically like, that's how we are viewing ourselves. And I
Yes.
was like, oh, that is
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like there's not like a formula to kind of beat
No.
negative self-talk because I feel like it's very common. Like it's just human nature to
Yeah.
feel, you know, very mean to yourself. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like I feel like maybe it's trauma. Like if I
Yeah.
don't know, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think there's a formula yet to just
No.
overcome it. It's definitely just acknowledging the
Yep.
issue,
Yep.
why, and then how you can, you know, be better, do better.
It's the self-awareness that you gotta
Yeah.
know about
Yeah.
yourself. And
Definitely.
I think one of the things that I also learned a lot was finding my inner peace. Like,
Namaste.
like I have to be okay with who I am, with myself, with how I approach people, how I talk to people, how I want people to think about me. So it's just having that inner peace of like, I should just be embracing who I am
Yeah.
and cultivating that confidence so I
Yeah.
get more like better and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Goosebumps. Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome?
I think every artist does. I think that's something that I'm still kind of going through.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Am I a walking imposter right now?
Am I who I am?
What
But-
is the purpose of life?
Yeah. If people who don't understand imposter syndrome, it's like you're
Let me get a Google thing too.
yeah, it's you think you're showcasing yourself, but you're also there's this mask that you're wearing that people that you think people are looking at. So what we think is people are looking at our masks that we are trying to become, trying to portray ourselves.
Yeah, I'm just seeing like a theater
Yeah.
mask right now for
Yes.
some reason. Yeah.
But what they actually see is you.
You, yeah.
Yeah, but what you
Me
think
too.
you're seeing is
The
what,
mask.
Yeah, the mask. So,
Yeah.
and I feel like sometimes when, like for example, when I'm wearing a mask, I feel like I'm not really I get nervous that I'm not saying the right things because like the mask is there to say, oh, I'm this. I'm a designer. I'm confident and all these words like, but really I'm very vulnerable. I'm very like shy. I can be quite introverted sometimes. So I think just not overthinking of how you want to be presented and just be yourself will make you more like will lose that imposter syndrome because you're trying not to overthink about how you portray yourself.
Definitely. And overthinking kills actually. Like it kind of like robs you of your own like life in the sense because when you want to be like happy and free, but then you have that little voice in your head that's like, you can't do that. Like, are you sure? Like, no one's gonna watch you. No one's gonna do this.
No one's gonna care.
Yeah, like no one's gonna care. And then the only thing that's stopping you from doing all these like exciting things is just yourself. And I think I'm also just learning on the way. Like when you mentioned that there's it's just with time. I totally feel you as well. Like it was so super hard to even put my Instagram off private. Like way before. Like only like I think last year I was like. I literally put my like unprivate my Instagram. I threw my phone and I ran. I was like, this is so scary. I was like running. But I think it's with time. And I feel like as a designer, it's more scary because it's like you are literally producing something. Like you're drawing, you're painting, you're designing, and then you put it out there and you have to be the one saying, I did this. Like, the Will Smith, like, that's me. It's just scary. And I don't know. I can't imagine.
The most nerve-wracking part is presenting to clients.
Okay. This is pink.
And you're just like, okay, are they going to like it? Are they not going to pay me for my work? Or are they not going to, are they going to give me bad feedback? Like, that's always a nerve that I always get.
Yeah.
And it's something that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life.
Crippling anxiety forever.
Like, I just learned that if you present it with confidence and you're saying the things that you know that they will like, then you'll sell your ideas.
Yeah. That actually brings me to another question. It was another scenario where they said a client wants a specific concept, but you personally as a designer don't think it will work. How do you work around that?
Very good questions. I actually had this kind of scenario with a client I did with recently. They were very specific with what they wanted in terms of the direction of this artwork. But what I did was I was trying to understand what their objective was. Like, what's the purpose of this artwork? What do they want out of it? Like, what's their main goal and aim about this artwork that they want? And when they say like, oh, we just want views, we just want to tease, we just want to have some fun. This was actually the McDonald's teaser.
I was about to say, wasn't McDonald's my tummy just scrambled?
It was a McNuggets teaser. And I was like, oh my God, I can't turn down a McNuggets ad.
You can't turn down McDonald's. You cannot.
It's like a huge dream to work with a big client like that. So,
and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It was so cute. I actually got goosebumps with the ads and all the people's reactions. I just knew it. I was like, I know. Wait, her face. And I was like trying to look in like the reflection of something. And I was like, that was the nuggets. Continue.
That was hilarious. It was a really stressful shoot only because it was very candid and
I love that though.
Natural. So no scripts or anything. But that was I basically, when they approached me, they actually had a specific direction and a reason why they approached me, which was design work. But when they suggested me what they wanted, like their ideas, I was like, okay, I understand where you're going. And I try not to turn down the concept because, they're the client. I hear them out for a bit. And then I would say, how about this? Then I would pitch a concept. That's when I start to provide like my creative ideas or like the strategy of it or like what's the purpose of it. Does it meet what they want, their objectives? So I learn a bit about that and I'll give them a different route. And then if they are like, okay, I see where this is going.
Nice suggestion.
So that's probably why the reasons to hire creatives to come up with ideas that your business can't think about or can execute. So that was a fun challenge because I was like, would they go with this idea or something? But when they're sold on the concept and you get to execute it, it becomes part of your portfolio, and then bam, it's a great work.
It. It was so cute. Like literally when I saw it, I was like, I did not realize it was you because I just saw on my explore page, right? So I was watching it and I was like, oh, that was so cute. It was so fresh. Like it was just so like, I don't know. It was just, that's the only word I can think about like saying how, like, to describe that ad, I can just say it was so refreshing. It was so cute. And then when I saw so many people were like reposting it saying Liyana, I was like, stop. So I was like, Liyana. I was like, Miss Girl, she's working with McDonald's.
I just love coming up with like very creative conceptual advertising. Like
I love it.
I love like Super Bowl ads who are like 30 seconds or like 5 seconds, 10 seconds long, and it's so clever, so creative. That's like a dream to come up with international standards like ads. So that was why I was like, oh my god, I want to really make this ad really, really good.
It was so impactful. Like I think that's what you kind of need to sell, especially in Brunei. Like our like attention span, our everything. So it just like hit the nail. Like literally, I was like, I love it. I was even like telling my mom, I was like, look, McDonald's is back. Isn't this ad so cute? I was like, and I remember everyone was like, wait, Nuggets is back. And then I remember everyone was like trying to rush there, and I was like, let me not wait. And then I don't know,
long queue.
It was a long queue, and like it's so funny because now whenever I think of McDonald's and like the nuggets, first I think of your ad. Second, I think about that's how I found out I was COVID positive.
Oh no!
I was literally waiting for my nuggets, and I was looking at my ART, and I was like, wait, that's a double line. Let me just
like
do it
bad
again.
news and good news.
Yeah. I was even like crying in the car, like with my nuggets. I was like, oh my god, I'm positive. So yeah, I always just think of you and my little COVID positive test.
Oh no.
So funny. Oh, but I love that. I love that. Oh, there was also a really interesting question. Someone's asking, can you talk about your journey from before to where you are now? I'm always curious of how people can thrive in Brunei society. I think you did mention like the beginnings of like, your journey and how you got here. I would love to kind of expand on the second part of the question where they said that they're curious to how people can thrive in Brunei.
I think there's like a lot of different ways you can thrive, but I think what impacted me the most was being very active on social media.
Oh, okay.
So I think because Brunei, we're such a small country, we rely on social media to like share like restaurants or like people to
Miss Sungkai Sahur restaurant list like, that saved me.
Oh yeah. So like I think because of social media it's helped like because it started off as a visual diary for me, but then people started liking the kind of content and they like to see the process behind the creative work. So I started to keep sharing that, and then it became like a thing for me to just keep doing because I got a lot of good positive responses from it, and people were like DM me for advice, like for design advice. So it was nice to be able to create a community as well, like connect with the people who are also in the same field. So I think it's because of that has given me a lot of different opportunities that I'm grateful to experience throughout my career. I think the networking part of going to events,
definitely
talking to people, or like designing for other clients, and then they'll spread your name around. It's very like a closed circle here.
Yeah, definitely. And I even actually saw a quote that said, "Your network is your net worth." Have you ever heard of that?
I've never heard of that.
Really? Well, I mean, when I read that, I was like, well, my eyes went loink. My little bug eyes went loink. But I was like, oh, like that is actually quite true. And I think, in Brunei, since we are small, like you kind of have to, like, it sucks to say it because, there are so many people out there that hasn't been, getting the recognition that they deserve. But,
definitely,
it's hard because at the same time, you need to put yourself out there and, know the right people, the people can help you. And I think, I don't know if you remember, but when I first came back from the UK, you were actually one of the first people I asked for advice. It was so long time ago. Like, I think you probably were like, who's this like girl coming up to me? It was like at an event in KB, and I remember like it was kind of like in the rain. Yeah. And I was like, hi Liyana. And I think at the time we were working also at the agency, and I remember I was like, how do you like da, 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 da? And she was like, yeah, like just send in your whatever you have and whatever. I just remember that, and I feel like because I knew you at the time as, oh, like, you know, she was this, she was that. I was like, it's so good to you know, connect with people at the same time. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, you know, your
the
network,
networking does help. Like I've gotten jobs abroad because of the networking
abroad.
that
Oh
I've,
yes,
yeah,
in
so,
that it's like a Japanese.
Japanese restaurant in Singapore. So
Yeah.
I was lucky to have
Aw.
friends who recommended me to
That's
the owners.
amazing.
So like having that kind of I think that also helps with like how you approach your clients and how you deal with clients. And,
Yeah.
like if they have a good experience, they recommend you to another friend who's looking for a designer. So I'm lucky that people are spreading my name around. And also I think I also got to work on a lot of great projects with Progresif, with Hoko. I got to do like a lot of different branding projects that made me interact with different kinds of clients and people. So I think all the projects that I do kind of help me become who I am today.
Of course, yeah.
And all the work that I produce has helped me thrive because of how much I've done. So like it takes
Look
a
at you go.
long time. I mean, it's 8 years, guys.
Yeah, 8 years, and like I feel like you're only just getting started. Like, just keep on going.
Gosh, I'm ready to retire.
Retire me at 23. This actually kind of relates to one of the other design questions about you know, the Just Bruneians movement. We all know what Just Bruneians is about, and I think this person's also asking, have you ever felt personally attacked by the saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I
Tea.
hide it. I like,
Really?
that's kind of mean, but I'll just keep quiet.
I'll make a movement out of you.
Yeah, like some people would say it, but then they wouldn't realize that's the sentence that they would be producing, like with just Bruneians in it. So it gets a bit awkward, but I try to like twist it around, be like, oh, but you know, this happened, or like, there's so many talent pools here. Like there's so many things that you could like connect with here with the creative community. I think sometimes people don't look at me as a Bruneian as well because I'm mixed race. I did struggle with like my identity.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Yeah.
Like it's because I'm half Bruneian, half British. Like when I did post about it, like they're just Bruneians, and coming up with this initiative called Just Bruneians, and people look at me like, she doesn't look Bruneian.
Yeah.
So I do feel like people look at me differently, or like they think like, oh, I cannot speak Malay, or am I really representing the Bruneian community if I'm not Bruneian? But I do identify myself as a Bruneian because I've grown up here.
It's home.
I'm Bruneian. I'm a yellow IC, and I'm proud.
Yeah.
Like I've met HL.
Happy birthday.
So like I guess like that was one of the things that I struggled, even like personally, like people didn't really look at me as a Muslim or Malay throughout like Ugama, like high school. So I've always struggled with like, where do I really belong? So like Just Bruneians kind of gave me a belonging in a way. Like I belong to the creative community here. So it felt very
heartwarming.
It felt like I finally have like-minded individuals that are going through the same kind of struggles, challenges, but also like opportunities is there for all of us. So so it's nice to support each other that way.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And of course, like, you know, Just Bruneians did come from something that you felt very passionate about, but I did not know that you would also, you know, struggle with the identity. So it was really, thank you for sharing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Oh, now I'm sad.
It's okay.
Okay, let's do a little like a random question here because someone also asked, how did you get strict with working out? And we were actually discussing this. She was like, I didn't go to the gym like this week
at all,
and I was like, I never post that I work out. So how did you get into, you know, working out?
I guess like, you know, when you're aging, you just gotta keep working out. Like you cannot,
crack the knees.
Especially when you have a desk job, like a 9-to-5 job. You're just sitting there, you're not moving, you're just clicking your mouse. So it's not very good to not have that blood circulating. So I do try to work out just to get the blood circulating. And
that's
sometimes
good.
it helps with like the way I feel productive. Like I need that energy to just I don't know, maybe it's not my creative muscles, but it's my other bodies, like they need to move around too. And but I wouldn't say I'm strict.
Okay.
I would say that I did hire a personal trainer so that at least I can be a little strict. So I go once a week with her, and she's been helping me a lot. Also because I have like back pain.
Oh yes,
I have a minor scoliosis, aging, signs of aging, by the way. But
you're not a veteran.
it does feel like it already.
Oh,
but yeah, so having a PT, like a personal trainer, to like make sure the movements and your form is correct has kind of like helped me live a healthier lifestyle.
Great. Wow, look at that go. I was like, yeah, we were just really laughing about the working out question. It was just like quite deep and like, whoa, design and boom. So how do you start working out? And we're here like, how do we say this?
Only when I post about it.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, another design related question is what is your thought process when it comes to design?
Ooh, actually, whenever I get a project and I'm really interested in it, I will get on it straight away.
Oh,
so
like you're more motivated?
Yeah. Especially if it's a really, really tough challenge, then I'll be like, okay, don't disturb me. I'm just going to do some research. So I always start with researching like some ideas that might inspire me. So looking up like getting a mood board, a visual board, and then I would pick out things that I like. And then start experimenting straight away.
Oh.
When I have time, when there's a timeline that I can work around, I would spend more time in terms of sketching it out or doing a couple of mock-ups. But when it's a tight timeline, like that's very common here to have a very short timeline, I just get on it straight away and just make whatever I can make on my computer and then just do a lot of different experiments and then see which one works best.
Ooh, just make do.
Yeah, I just gotta go for it.
Yeah, just go, just do it.
Yeah.
Someone's also asking, do you reach out for work or does work reach out to you? Struggling as a designer. Ellipses.
I'm lucky I have a day job that's keeping me afloat, like the design work. But I do love to freelance only on certain projects or certain clients. Only because if I don't have time for it, I want to be fully committed to my day job. But I also want to be giving myself more creative challenges that are outside of the industry that I'm currently in. So I like to, explore with other brands, also like do different kinds of execution of work just to practice in a way.
Exercise your mind.
Yeah, like sometimes when you work for just one brand, it might get a bit stale.
Yeah, and repetitive.
So,
I totally get you.
So just working with other brands has helped me in terms of like practicing and building a stronger portfolio. But so a lot of the times clients come to me only because I have a day job. But if I didn't have a day job, I would be out there
with pitchforks. Please, please,
like,
please.
This is what I can help you with. So,
I'm Liyana Hanif.
So that would be something I would do. But at the moment, I do get some clients who approach me, which is nice. Only because I've either worked with them before. So it's actually a lot of returning clients that I have.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and sometimes it's clients that who got recommended by some friend that told me to approach me. But a lot of the times I would reject them or I would turn them down only because I just don't have the mental state for it or I just don't have the time for it. And then I would recommend other designers. So that's what's fun about being this person in the Just Brunei's community and like
you have a whole like you said, a talent pool.
I have a talent
little
pool
directory
of different kinds of designers. So I always like to link them to these people because that's probably the reason why Just Brunei's exists is we're trying to build that directory.
Yeah, that
like
community. People can refer.
Yeah, so they don't have to ask me. So I can just be like, hey, go to this website.
Be like, Just Brunei's? I did that along with Faik and Hafiza. Hafiza, right?
Hazira.
I'm so sorry.
I love them. They've been such great people to work with. And I love working with people who have like-minded thinking and support for the creative community. I think that's helped bring Just Brunei's to life. Like they're the reasons why it is where it is today.
Love.
Yeah.
Oh, How do you actually balance the two? Because, when you have a day job and you want to, freelance. Because also, like right now, I think I'm on that boat of you don't know how much you can take and how to juggle. So please, if you can share advice.
I actually did stop freelancing for about 3 years.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't do any freelance work for a while. Only, I think during the pandemic, I don't know why I had a lot of free time, but
Hello.
but I didn't pick up any freelance projects only because I had my full-time job to focus on. But I think I was also adapting to this role that I was in at Progresif. I was like a more leadership role. So I really wanted to improve that first and then pick up clients. I only started picking up recently only because I just felt like I was in a creative rut and I wanted to just keep producing work that's outside of the telco. So balancing the time has been difficult, but I feel like I also procrastinate a little.
Yeah, I was about to say, me too. Like, even though I'm so passionate about it, I can find myself like, I'm going to close my computer. I'm just going to close my eyes too.
I'm gonna lie down here just to like research in my brain
while my eyes are closing.
But I do think it helps in terms of the rest. The rest does help. But I think because being a designer for so long already, like 8 years, I mean, it's not that long, but like
it's long. It's almost a decade, right?
There's way more mentors older than me who's been in this longer, and they've definitely like kind of helped me how to become a designer who can balance their time. And one of their advices was to be able to work fast.
Oh gosh, like I can't work fast.
I was like playing like a keyboard, like I was playing piano, like feels like an instrument that I'm playing when I'm working. So I really have to that was something that I was practicing throughout the 8 years, is just learning how to be a really fast designer. Because if you know your keyboard shortcuts, you're much faster. If you know where to click and how to save files quicker, that has definitely helped in terms of the productivity level, because I'm more efficient, I get more work done on time, and that's when I can finish my projects a lot faster. And then when I do that, I can rest.
Like, this is my motivation to go sleep. I love that.
It's being able to, I mean, working fast, but also thinking creatively on your feet is really like handy. So being able to have that skills and those abilities kind of made me balance my my day job and also freelance work.
Look at you balancing.
I try.
Just like little dancing here. But I would like to do some mental maths because she's ready. She's pulling off all her sleeves.
My toes out.
Ew, do not look at my toes. But we were just talking about maths, and in school, if you weren't good at maths or good at science, you tend to go into the artistic direction. So she's in the the art industry, I'm in the media industry. So let's just test our maths. You know what? Let's do it like this. I didn't actually think logistically that how it's gonna work. But I'll do 5 questions I'll ask you and 5 questions you ask me.
Okay. Yeah? Oh my god.
Okay. Let me get my calculator.
Oh my god.
I'm working throughout my calculator. So for example, I'll be like 5 plus 5. I'm typing it, and you just gotta know.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm nervous. Okay, how about 3? 5 questions is a lot.
Okay, I'm sorry
3
if I
each.
disappoint my dad.
Okay, here we go. What is 8? Okay, wait, hold on.
I don't even get my fingers flickering.
Do you want to do like dividing, or let's just stick to plus and minus? Because
I think this is already a challenge.
Okay, let's just do plus and minus.
Plus and minus. 8.
Okay. 8. 8 plus 8. 16. Minus 9.
16 minus... Is it 7?
Yeah!
Oh my god!
So nice. Okay, another one. Okay, I'll do a little bit hard. I'll increase, the numbers. I'll do double digits.
Okay, I need more hands.
I think you need more, because what is 50?
Oh no.
Plus 5.
55.
Minus, wait, let me think 55. Of a number. 37.
What the hell? 37. Is it 20? Am I close? 31, no. 32.
Honestly, I forgot the number, but the answer was 18. What the hell? When you said 20, I was like, minus a few more. Minus a few more.
It's like I'm just making random numbers right now.
In your head. That's why I was like, okay, wait. Okay, I'll tone it down. Maybe not a double digit. Like that's past 50.
That's too much for my brain.
Yeah, I know. I'm now nervous what you give me. Okay, what is 33 minus 16?
33 minus 6, 27?
17?
17? I got that right, technically.
Definitely.
One
Okay.
number.
Yeah, it's now your turn to embarrass me.
Oh my God.
You can use your calculator. You can use mine.
Okay.
Anything.
All right. Let's do...
Just so it's fair. You know, this is why we are working, like, you know, in the fields that we are in now.
How good is your division?
No, don't do that to me. Like, okay, I mean, you could try, but it's going to be very embarrassing.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
20 divided by 4.
20 divided by 4. I don't know that. Wait, what is 20 divided by 4? 20 divided by 4. I thought you were giving me an answer. So I was like, what? 20 divided by 4. Wait, okay, how do I do this? Okay, there's 20. Let's see, there's 20 like donuts.
Yes.
And I want to give to 4 people.
To 4 people. How many donuts do you give each?
5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 5! This is why we don't do division, because it's like the opposite. Okay, not the opposite, but it's like, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
Do you know that? I was like, there's 20 donuts.
20 donuts. Yeah, I like how you think about food.
Yeah, I have to.
And how you distribute it.
It has to be like a math question. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing.
Since you're 23.
Okay. Oh no.
Let's plus my age, just 29. What do you get?
29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
We're going to keep going.
43?
No.
Wait, 43, 44?
No.
45, 46,
No.
47, 48?
We're in the 50s.
48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 52.
Yeah.
I'm like cheating. You guys are helping me. But help me, please.
Well, I have Apple here.
Yeah, true.
My phone. Me. Okay, that's all for your maths.
Okay, that is all for the maths. But thank you so much for sharing, you know, your stories and your math skills.
Oh, thank you. I mean, we're the same, girl.
Yeah, we are. And it was just so nice, like having you after my little radio hiatus.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy that you even said yes, and you know, you shared a lot of your knowledge, and not just with me, but everyone else who's tuning in. It means a lot.
Yes. Shout out to the creative team at Progressive for listening.
Yeah, for listening. Like, you know, just lioning me and my annoyingness and the bad math and my screams and oh my God. But yeah, it means so much. And also, again, thank you, Liyana. And do you also want to do a little quick plug to the you know,
sure,
to people out there?
Anyone who wants to follow me, you can find me at Vanilli with double L and double Y on IG. And you can also follow Just Bruneians if you want to check out some Brunei creatives and some tips and some empowerment for the creative community there, and check it out.
Yeah. And guys, I'll be live every Friday only on Progressive Radio from 2 to 4 p.m. And yeah, I'll just see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Yay, you said it with me.